video might be 20 minutes, it might be 4 minutes, I don't know. But I'm gonna briefly go over the one thing, and it's just one thing that 26 needs in order to be good. All right, let's get into it. Now, first off, I'm gonna start by saying this. I'm one of the creators that plays the game 2K all year long. So I have, I think, a pretty good credibility factor to my name. I also play in one of the harder game modes, Ante Up Stage. I'm not the creators that just went to community day and only plays for like 2 months and then wants to give an opinion about something. No, I play against the better competition because I simply don't like playing against theater because I don't lose in there. I know all the metas. I've played pretty much every single build and play style that you could play, and I understand the game very, very well. Okay, now that we got that out the way, the one thing that 2K needs, it's something that we had last year and it's only ever been in last year's game, 2K24, and that is the ability to make every single shot. All right, now let's dive into that. Okay, I know some people want better dribbling, some people want better defense or get more interior stops or better rewards, even though the best rewards we've ever seen have been on 25. But all that doesn't really matter too much. It's the ability to make shots. And so last year, if you don't know, in 2K24, if you time your shot right, let's just say you had a 6'4" with a 94 3 ball, right? And you time your shot right, it will go in 9 out of 10 times. Just because you timed it right. I think it should always be that way. People always ask me on stream, you know, I'll be streaming, you should definitely drop the like and subscribe, you know. People ask me on stream all the time, what's your favorite 2Ks? And I always tell them 17, and when I get to my second answer, they're like, what? And I tell them it's 24. And it's because if you were very good on that game, it showed. In 25, if I'm playing the ones court on my 6'8" or whatever, I know for a fact I'm going to miss. That shouldn't be the case. If I play a post scorer, a small guard, tall guard, whatever, I know the probability of me going perfect is slim to none, right? It doesn't happen often. I think I've only ever had maybe 4, 5 perfect shooting games on the one score in stage, ever. Like it just doesn't happen. Now, playing park and shooting catch and shoots off Legend Dimer and spreading out your RNG where your teammate shot 2 threes and you shot 3 threes, that's different. I'm talking about strictly on the one score. It's very hard to just make every single shot that you take. It shouldn't be that way. And that's because of RNG. RNG has been in every single 2K except for 24. It was in 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, not 24, but now it's back. And so the reason they added it back was because players like me and other just very good players that played on the ones court were just, or not even the ones court, just very good players, we were shooting too good. I shot 80% from the 3 last year. Ooh, that's something bad. I shot 80% from the 3. If you sat paint against me, if you were a post scorer wanted to try to sit paint and hope that I miss, you're going to lose. It was as simple as that. I'm not gonna miss. And so you're probably like, wait, hold up a second, G. How was RNG in every other 2K? Well, RNG means random number generator, right? That means that there's a unpredictable factor to whatever you're doing, right? I've gone over this before in one of my videos where I was talking about the Mario RNG. In Mario, in those games, let's say one of the maps has a hit box that you just gotta jump up and hit. Well, there is an RNG factor to you getting either a mushroom, a fire flower, a raccoon tail, whatever. You know, the things they have in Mario. It's not guaranteed 100% that you will get one of those 3 items. And so in Mario, people use that RNG to aid them throughout their speed runs or their missions or whatever. Let's say they get a mushroom one time they hit the box. They might have to fully change how their speed run works because of that. So it can benefit them and it can, you know, hurt their run times as well. Based off the RNG, they might have to restart the entire run. On 2K, it doesn't really benefit you at all. It really just hurts you. But in the previous 2Ks, RNG, you're not guaranteed to make every single shot. You're not. I know some people be like, oh, if I locked in on 2K21, I could go perfect. That's just you making shots. That's not you like actually really timing your shots perfectly every time. You're not guaranteed to make them. There was never a guarantee on making shots until 24. And that's why Zen's Titans were so broken last year, because they simply would not miss. If they shot a tight, a smothered, a red, whatever, they were making it because you made every single shot. Now, yes, there's the little chances that you do miss, right? Let's say you have a Zen and you go into blacktop with a 99 3 ball and you attempt 1,000 3-pointers. you're probably going to make 980 of those threes. Now, if you do that in any other 2K, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, right? Any other 2K other than 24, even if you had a Zen Titan, whatever script to time your shots accurately, you're not making nearly as many as that Zen or Titan would in 24 because there's RNG, there's more randomness to your shots. There just was. I'm not simply giving an opinion on this. This is a fact. RNG was in every single 2K. If there was RNG in 24, it was very little, okay? Shooting the ball in 2K is what pretty much stems every flaw in the game, because without shooting, you can't score. Once again, I said you can put the dribbling aside, put the defense aside, the other stuff aside. Yes, that stuff needs to be worked on, or it could be worked on. I don't really mind the dribbling. Dribbling isn't stiff to me at all in 25. People say that 25 is a bad dribbling game. I don't think it is. I think 20 is probably the only bad dribbling game since 16. You can't look at a 6'6" and look at people like Glock, Hezi, or the 6'4s like Mally and say that dribbling's bad, because it's definitely not. You just don't know how to dribble. That's a different topic, but we'll always figure out a way how to dribble. We'll always figure out how to get open. That's not a problem. It's scoring. It's shooting open shots. If I time my shot correctly, I should get rewarded for it. I shouldn't get penalized because I'm a good shooter and the person I'm guarding is a bad defender. I shouldn't. Now, you might be like, well, Zens aren't gonna miss and people just gonna smack reds if they time it right. Well, that's when 2K implements the, if you shoot a very tight, a red is smothered, you probably only make it once out of 10 times. So just like last year, if you shot a very tight or 100%, you're not gonna make it every single time. You're just not. Even if you timed it correctly, it's not gonna go in because that's not a good shot selection. The defenders should get rewarded if they play good defense, right? In real life, you don't make every single tight, smothered shot that you hit. You make some of them, yeah, and it should still be that way. And it kind of is in 25. If you shoot contesteds in 25, you do make them. But if I shoot opens in 25, let's use the Curry analogy. If Curry shoots 4 opens in an NBA game, because we are talking about NBA players in an NBA simulation game, Curry shoots 4 wide opens. Do you think the defender's gonna be like, I'm gonna sit paint? Because I don't think he's gonna make his next one. I don't think they're saying that, okay? It shouldn't be that way. You know that Curry's probably gonna make his 5th one. It's as simple as that. If he's on a hot streak, he got heat check, all that, he's gonna make his next shot if he shoots an open. The RNG in 25 is just too predictable because I know, and whenever I play a good defender, they know if I make 3 shots, 4 shots in a row, sit paint, you can shoot it, my boy. Like I said, it shouldn't be that way. Last year on 24, my highest streak on the ones court, it was only like a 40 game. And that's because I would play the Zenners, they would pull up, kick me off my streaks because they have scripts or Titans that are able to do that. Or I play the exploiters that would do the Kobe glitch and they'd have like glitch patty on. I'd play a whole bunch of glitches and stuff in that game, and exploiters and cheaters and stuff. But almost rarely or really never, I would lose to someone because I had a bad shooting game. If you played good defense, you would get the stop against me. It was as simple as that. If you wanted to sit paint against me, you would lose. It was just a guaranteed fact. You're not sitting paint against me. Now, there was a first shot glitch that happened last year. It wasn't really a glitch, but for some reason, your first shot last year was just slowed down compared to every other shot. I don't know why that was a thing. And I know that's a true fact because when I would watch people like Lie, and I hate to say it, but he was cheating on that game, but he was kind of an ethical cheater. I'm gonna try to break this down. He's a 10K player. And on the 10K, those players will do anything to win. So all of them play with cheaters or they're cheating themselves. Some of the dudes who normally have morals, they're like, okay, well, I can't compete against a machine. I might have to get a machine myself to try to compete. And so that's why they would zen, just because other people are zenning and they don't want to be losing their 10K to bums that they know they can beat, right? But when I was watching one of his streams, he was talking about how they could not make their first shot. It was impossible, or it was very rare. And so they would like have to hold out the shot clock or something, or like try to turn the ball over, something, in order for their guards just to make their first shot. And they were zenning and they couldn't even make it. So for some reason last year, you couldn't make the first shot. But after that, if you just want to keep sitting paint, you would lose. It was just a simple fact. It should be like that in 25. It should be like that in 26. Good players should not be penalized for timing their open shots correctly. Even if they have a 99 3 ball, hot spots, badges, everything, lethal zones, I shouldn't be penalized. Have you ever seen the NBA players in open gyms, recs, and basketball leagues they be playing in and stuff? They don't miss. Like, they drop like 40 consistently, regardless who the NBA player is. They're all extremely talented, and it shows. If you leave them open, they're probably making their shots. Hell, I've seen Mitchell Robinson drain threes in some open runs before, right? The dribbling, the defense, the rewards, the clothes, VC prices, all that stuff, it should be addressed. Some of the stuff is already good. Some people do just fish for complaints, but that needs to be second. The first thing should be everyone that's good and shoots open. I'm sorry if you can hear the lawnmower in the background, but if you're open, and you time your shot right, you should be able to make it. It's as simple as that. Simply shooting the ball is the most utilized scoring method in 2K. You shouldn't have to guess the outcome of a shot when you know that you timed it correctly. That's all that I'm gonna say. 26 is just around the corner. It's probably, I think it's less than a month away, or no, it's a little over a month away. And I always got high hopes for 2K. I had very high hopes for 25. I don't even think 25 is a bad game. It's simply just the shooting is just pretty broken, and the shooting over people, that sucks, and running out of shots. No, those are all little complaints, but it really all stems down from just being able to make shots, right? So I just hope 26 doesn't have as big of a luck factor to winning games as 25 does. So it's Baby Boy GB3. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think the shooting's good in 25? Do you think it could be better? Do you think it's bad? But it's Baby Boy GB3. I love y'all. Stay sexy. F Trump, and peace.